Hi, I'm Joe Peoples with Reinhardt Realtors and Workman Success Systems. Today I want to share a story with you about Ernest Shackleton. I've got this advertisement I'm going to read to you. It says, "Men wanted for hazardous journey, small wages, bitter cold, long months of complete darkness, constant danger, safe return doubtful, honor and recognition in case of success." Wow, what an ad. And this was an ad by Ernest Shackleton for his great adventure across the North Pole. And as we know, history unfolded. They made the journey successfully. But if you read the book, you'll discover all of those bullet points were true. So what does this have to do with building successful teams? If you want to build a successful team, a highly productive team, something you want to consider is setting really clear expectations. Now, I have 3 tips for setting clear expectations, and I was so lucky to have this opportunity to sit with Mark Owen, the author of the book No Easy Day, when he gave a presentation about his journey through Navy SEALs and what they've done to build successful teams. And it's so interesting how it parallels the same with building a successful real estate team. So, tip number 1, leverage the Pygmalion effect. I shared at the beginning of this video about Ernest Shackleton and setting clear expectations. And what happens when you're building a team, if you set the clear expectations for performance, people are going to join and perform to that level. Mark shared many stories about people joining Navy SEALs knowing exactly what the expectations are. But we know this is very common everywhere we go. When you think of young athletes wanting to play football for Division I football teams, it's always about the team that can set the clearest expectations and invite the people who want to say yes to what you're doing there, have the most success. Tip 2, ask your team this question. At what level are you willing to participate? This is a big question because when you're building a team, there's lots of things that need to happen. We have always talked, I think, ad nauseum about the importance of a daily routine of prospecting and lead follow-up. And what you want to know is everyone on the team willing to participate at any level that they're asked to on your team? What differences does that make? Well, it's so much easier to know that you can count on people to do the work that we've all agreed upon. So that's tip number 2. Tip number 3, we all have to be committed to adapt and evolve. As a leader, we know that markets change, seasons change. This is the evolution of life. Mark shared a story about how important it is when they're doing their high-level military missions that they know they can't actually have the same tactics and approaches this year that they had last year because the enemy adapts and evolves. And so does our markets. And so for us to build a performance team, a highly productive real estate team, highly productive life, we have to be prepared for what we know is constant change, and that's a commitment to adapt and evolve. Now, there's one other sub point to put in here with this adapt and evolve, and it's this idea that I've heard shared multiple times around this thing called after action reviews. And an after action review is this thing that after some significant event has happened with your team, all the participants come together to review the work. They go, hey, what worked well? What will we do different? And what will we like for the future? And when you get together, do these after action reviews, it gives you a leg up on improving your process over and over. So building a high performance sales team, it takes work, but it's a work worth doing. And if you're interested in knowing more about building high performance teams, you can do one of 2 things. One, you can just download the assessment that we've included here. It's an opportunity for you to look at your team and evaluate them through a number of different metrics. So you have a clarity on who's participating at the level that's expected. And the other option is you can pick up the phone, give me a call, and I'd be more than happy to answer your question and see how I can direct you to the right person to help you begin the journey of building your high performance team.